Act 2, Session 13, The Rise of an Empire. There's really no use in pretending you're not a Power Ranger when Angel Grove is beset by a certain type of weirdness. When isn't it? But particularly when the escorting military-styled Flourish with Warthog patches asks in a clear tone whether you've been to Angel Grove before and how long, it's enough to make anyone sit up and take notice that this is beyond the normal weirdness. Especially when they seem so blasé about things moving through time and space that should not move. Buildings, particularly, but also people. They call it hops. It's a sickness of some kind that affects the mind of people in this Angel Grove, where they wake up a foot off the ground 3 feet to the left of where they fell asleep. It happens enough that people have lost their mind from it, but lost their purpose from other things yet to be explained. There are more gentle warnings and general sadness from the front desk worker in the lobby of Mayor Bulkmeier's high-rise office. He's the only occupant up on the 14th floor, but the front desk worker doesn't seem afraid of him necessarily, merely more curious about the new folks, recognizing the group as the Power Rangers and addressing them as so, and asking them why they would ever come, not even curious about the multicolored train they came in town on. She makes it sound like there was a choice given, just as the person in charge of their military escort had been. Mayor Bulkmeier, Bulk, as you may have known him in high school, is the leader of this strange new Angel Grove, he has a big glass canister in front of his office with pieces of paper in it. Um, one of them bearing the name of a movie, Pretty Woman, which will be shown in Fielding Park. He also has a big set of televisions behind his desk that show constant feed from the outdoor surveillance cameras around town. These are the same cameras Mabe was able to hack into. He seems helpless and resigned, and perhaps more than a bit annoyed with circumstances, but mostly he seems hungry to eat Chips Ahoy with a crock pot full of Velveeta dip by his hand. He's not surprised to see Power Rangers, but not necessarily enthused to see Power Rangers. After all, for him, when it was just Rita, there might have been some property damage, but there was no time loop, no continuously missing people who sometimes reappear, no buildings moving inches either way, no strange potential thing that could be a werewolf. There's discussion about it. There wasn't a cult leader at a church. There's no Skulovich with his wacky theories, hereafter known as the Idiot, nor Marge, the Brain, trying to fix things. Mayor Bulkmeier doesn't even know if things will ever be other than what they are at this moment. And bulk being bulk, there's always simmering discontent just beneath the surface. What bulk relays is thus, and is the crux of Angel Grove as a dead city. Every 2 to 2.5 weeks, this late portion of December resets, after Christmas but before the new year. It's a perpetual gray, 40-degree California style winter, continually. It casts a pall, it wearies the spirit, and Bulk's in charge, but doesn't know any way to change what Angel Grove has become, and there's been enough resets where he's just kind of stopped fighting. Every 2 to 2.5 weeks, he resigns himself to waking up as the head of a protest against the living smoke that isn't around anymore, but it's also the last time he'd seen the Rangers running in after Zed, running in past a barrier of lightning, which is the last thing he sees besides a bright light that comes out of Area 52 several minutes later. 2 weeks of his and everyone else in Angel Grove who hadn't disappeared from the smoke, life missing in perpetuity, and that they all seem to be living forever. Add to this now, a serpent dragon creature begins to come down from the sky, and Mayor Bulkmeier simply shakes his head and wonders if the Power Rangers, these new ones, not the diamond shaped across the body ones he'd expected, Did they bring this thing with them, or will they do anything about it? He's not really equipped to do anything about it. None of them are. Begrudgingly, he admits that. And without a reason not to engage, and noting that the skin sloughing off from the dragon's body is dropping to the ground and making creepy little humanoids as it lands, the Rangers decide, in spite of Bulk's general funk and incurious nature, to save the city from the thing that will eventually introduce itself as Serpentera, an emissary of the Emperor coming to conquer Angel Grove. Serpentera's message entreats that the citizenry doesn't attempt to fight back, but the Rangers encountering the villain decline the offer of surrender and go after the damned cyclobots with their golden helmets and their stun guns, but also go to work after Serpentera itself. All the Rangers, while they morph, gain curious flash headaches, but more pressing matters to attend to as they sort of work through them. Benji takes on the damned Cyclobots as Lua, stunned by a cyclogun, is pulled into Serpentera's black hole breath and starts to rise toward the beast's mouth. Just quick enough to be somewhat out of range and standing in the lobby, Mabe shouts to Lua not to worry while Lua prepares an attack against the ferocious dragon serpent, noting as they get closer that Serpentera is actually a mixture of beast and metal, so there's no reason to think Triple Strike Attack can't do damage, especially from what looks to be the inside of the beast, where Lua is heading. Ophelia notes during the attacks on the damned Cyclobots that unlike the demon clans of St. Honore, these metallic creatures are hardier and heavier to hit. They take more to fell, but slicing deep inside of one reveals they're really just empty, so they are defeatable. And that they have an awfully strong grip onto the arm. And they grapple the rangers below while the one above ascends and gets right into Serpentera's mouth, planning to cause trouble to digestion if at all possible. In the words of Lua, oh boy. Uh, the inside of Serpentera looks and feels like an undulating, crushing hallway, which is strange, but what's more strange is that something inside the beast is calling to Lua. It feels unknown and rangery, but not of the yellow spectrum. Hmm. Below, and locked into battle, another headache hits Maeve when she looks at Serpentera, and an animal handling roll showcases a mirage of a large blue beast far off. Spiky, sharp-teethed, strange rhinoceros creature that the mermaid spirits Maeve is guided by call it the Blue Spirit Zord. The mermaids do warn that if a Zord is accessed in battle, then the unknown fruit and train and other rings that they might find cannot be accessed as the power of the two at the same time would rip the ranger trying to use them apart. And so, if they are to use one in combat, they cannot use the other during that same combat. Informing the others of the possibilities of Zords, Pink Ranger Benji jumps straight up to confront Serpentera and at the maximum 90 feet is joined by a Zord of their own, a flying helicopter type Zord that resembles an ancient Mothra beast. Using a divine chain mechanic, a button they press, the Pink Mothra Kaiju Zord stuns and holds Serpentera in place, something that Lou is going to have to deal with from the inside. Uh, this is also a thing that Serpentera is not likely to enjoy and causes five more pieces of metal skin to lose from its body as it tries to shimmy unsuccessfully away. But the use of the Zords also comes with a warning. The mermaids state that the Zords only occur in times of extreme provocation and cannot be used otherwise. As a mermaid may have put it to Maid, it's the end of the world. Is this the herald of that end? And where will the Rangers go after having defeated it? Mayor Bulkmeier, amongst all his kind of ravings, has promised them a time of intake to make sure the hops don't drive them insane here in Angel Grove, but also that they can't leave the longer they stay, that they don't have cell service either. They have no internet here. But what will happen when the time resets? And Skulovich, who at least one of the Rangers knows as Skull, kind of nominally, and was Bulk's best friend. What about the apparent mad ravings that may cause him to be called quote unquote the idiot and seem to have destroyed the relationship between the two? Only time will tell as the next session will put the Rangers on a path somewhere of their choosing, and Serpentera, hopefully, in the rearview mirror. We'll see you then.